Hi everybody, my name is Asta Ahuja. I am a counseling psychologist and an arts-based therapist. I'm the founder of Empower You Counseling and Art Therapy Clinic. And in today's video, I'm going to bust 5 myths that come around art therapy. But first, it's important to discuss what is art therapy. So, in very easy words, art therapy is a psychotherapeutic technique that helps you express yourself through artistic mediums. And we do not limit ourselves to colors or just paint. We explore with clay, with collaging, with a lot of play, with a lot of puppet making, with a lot of goop. So we explore with a lot of material that is required in art therapy. The first myth that we are going to talk about that comes around is art therapy just for children? And the answer is no. Art therapy is for all age groups. It is customized in such a way for all age groups that it fits their age and it fits their system. So art therapy ranges from problems like anxiety issues, self-esteem issues, marital problems, family issues, domestic abuse, psychological issues, depression, schizophrenia, OCD, psychosis. Everything comes under the spectrum of treating art therapy. Art therapy works well with all age groups because every person likes to be creative and every person's niche is to express themselves not with words but with a form that gives them a clarity to express themselves, a form that does not restrict themselves or that does not judge themselves. So whenever we are talking in words, there is a stigma attached to it. There is always a feeling that if the person will understand, if the person will decipher what I'm saying, or if the person will judge me. But when we use expressive mediums, that is when we realize that we are using them as in a cathartic sense. So for example, you have been recently through a heartbreak and you listen to those emotional heartbreaking songs and you cry with them, you sing aloud with them. That is a cathartic release that you have. So that is what expressive arts therapy gives you. It gives you a cathartic release of expression. These myths that we have today for you were collected in one of our Instagram studies. So the second myth that I have, I should know how to draw or paint to participate in art therapy. No, that's not true. Art therapy is not a test for your artistic abilities. Art therapy is just there to see how you're thinking, how you're feeling. Let you talk to your own self through art therapy. Let not a logic get imposed on you just because that's how it works. Art therapy is customized according to every client that we have. So it's not that you should have artistic abilities, and it should not happen that you have to be very creative to come and seek help of an art therapist. So you do not need artistic abilities. It's recommended that you have interest in art making, but it's not the primary source that we look for when we are seeking or when we are taking in a client. The third myth that we have is art therapists just stare while I draw. Well, no, that does not happen. It's not staring, it's observation. So art therapists work in two ways. Either they involve themselves with you in the art making, or they just take a back seat, give you space to explore and express your own self authentically. They are observing what you're feeling. They are observing if you're getting stuck. They are observing what color choices or what art medium that you choose to work with. So they observe you in your authentic real self, and that's why they give you space to explore that. So they are observing, they're not staring at you, they're not judging you for whatever you do or whatever you choose. The fourth myth that came out was art therapy is like going to an art class. So my dear friends, it does not happen that way, because art therapist is not your art teacher. Art therapist is a therapist who's willing to solve your struggles with you. They are wanting to make a collaboration with you to help you solve your issues or the struggles that you're facing. So generally when children come in our sessions, they are given art medium. They think that we are an art teacher. And that's when it's important to let them know that we are not art teachers, but we are art therapists. Secondly, art therapists are trained and monitored by professional bodies. And so every move that they make, they have been thoroughly supervised in all their sessions. Every objective that we set for our sessions has been taught to us, has been explained to us. So it's not like we are coming in blank headed. We are coming in leaving on the client, leaving an objective on the client of what to set. We set objectives together with the client. Collaboration is the key and not one directional. So it's not teaching, it's working together. The third point here is that the sessions that we have are mostly client led. So the information that is provided to us by the client is what makes the basis of the session. It's not like I come in, I tell you today we'll do still drawing and we do that as a class. No, it does not happen like that. Every client gives us different information. Every client gives us difference of their struggles, because not all struggles are same, right? So that's how we move ahead with our sessions. So our sessions are client led and not the therapist led. The fifth myth that came to us was you have to make art in every session. That's not true. You do not have to make art in every session. You can talk about one art for about 2 to 3 sessions, or you could make art in different sessions. It depends totally on the objective that you're working on and on the objective of why were you seeking therapy at the first place. So it's totally that. And my dear friends, it's never about one rule fits all. It's always about customization, setting objectives together, setting goals together, and achieving them together. So art therapy is not a very systematic pattern of what you have to follow. It's much more wide. It's much more available for the clients, and it's much more like it's huge in its spectrum. So art therapy is not that difficult. And if you're seeking an art therapist, know that both your brains are working together. Both sides of your brains are working together. And if you want to know why I say that, stay tuned. The next video is coming up, which tells you about neuroscience and art therapy. Till then, signing off. I'll be back soon with a new video. Bye bye.